the first meeting between the two teams, different conferences. This is going to be a very interesting matchup to see which team comes out first and on the right foot. What do you like from each side in this game?
Well, I think that for North Branford beating Immaculate 3-2 and for Canton coming in and beating Westbrook 2-1, both of these semifinals were close. So I think that there's really no clear-cut winner ever in these games, and I'm looking for these athletes to come out strong, looking for good passes. I think that you're going to find them aggressive defensively, coming into double team, and may the better team get the ball through and into the cage.
Well, we've got 60 minutes here between these two sides. Crown the Class S champion completed, and we are underway. North Branford in their home whites and purple lettering and numbering. Canton in their visiting blacks with the white lettering and numbering. Off the start, the Thunderbirds will get us going. It's Gabby Sinersha. She works it down the left-hand side. Got an early whistle here in the opening few moments. The Thunderbirds are coached by Babby Noon, the longtime head coach with North Branford, playing in game number 20 this year. 78 goals for, just 15 goals against. As for the Warriors, they're in game number 18 this season. 49 goals, just 5 against. Connecticut rankings, North Branford is number 4 and Canton is number 9. So these two teams very, very similar. They score a lot. They also don't give up a lot. So it'll be interesting to see which edge comes out between these two sides. Leading us forward is Kiana Crisulo. Whistle here.
And at that point, there was the official made a call where she thought that she was a little hanging on to her back a little bit much. So she gave the ball back over to North Branford.
Gianna Gamble to the far-hand side, finds Riley Cole. Pass towards the middle, got another whistle here. It will be Canton's ball. They do well defensively there on that sequence. We saw in the first game, of course, the Class L championship between Darien and Staples. Staples taking the 2023 championship by 3-1. It took 4 or 5 minutes in the first quarter for the teams to kind of settle into the game. Are you expecting something similar here with these two teams?
I think so. North Branford was here last year, if I recall correctly, and I believe they won, didn't they, last year? And I don't know when was the last time Canton was here. So I think they're the ones that are going to be a little bit more awestruck and have to settle in a little bit more. But again, it's a new year with new players, so I expect both teams to be a little bit excited about being here, to see how long they both do settle in and play their game or their brand of hockey.
You're exactly right, Donna. 4 straight final appearance for the Thunderbirds. Canton hasn't been in this game, the big game, since 2007. They're looking for their first victory since 1999. Nice pass across. It was a good stick for a moment there by Madison Dufresne, but then she gets called there. The quick restart. Driven shot that gets poked out of play. That's a good stick there defensively by Gamble.
Yeah, she was called for an obstruction call. The ball was behind her, and she tried to play it, so she obstructed the runner the player that was trying to make a play on the ball.
Macklin will get us started and drop it back. Driven pass was deflected off the stick of Emma Foy. Got another whistle there just outside of the semicircle, so it will be a free hit here for Canton. Erin Macklin, same play there. Foy's going to try to bounce it through, but well read, intercepted defensively by Lindsay Onofrio, and she fires it out of play down the left-hand sideline for Canton with the restart.
And I think that's going to be they went straight down the middle. A lot of defenders, a lot of people in that circle. They really want to try to be a little more creative, looking for some sides of those circle play and looking for some lifted balls as well.
Another pass blasted out of play. Will be a Canton free hit here. Comes to the touchline, number 21, Emma Foy, who's seen a nice amount of action here in the opening 4 minutes. Mid-50s here in central Connecticut, Wethersfield High School. We had some showers early in the morning. This game was originally scheduled to get started around 12:15, but with the early morning showers, all of the games pushed back an hour to allow for, this beautiful weather to arise. Obstruction there against the Thunderbirds, and it will be a free hit here for Canton and the Warriors. Foy will step up right around the 40-yard line on their own side. Intercepted nicely in the midfield by Chris Colo. Nice defensive work there for the Warriors. It's picked back up now for Bridget Sanyu. Ball being fought for right about midfield. Poked free, and now ahead to number 7, Olivia Schmidt, the junior. Trying to get around Foy. Schmidt with a driven shot. That's a kick save. Rebound chance still there. Pass across. Shot. They score. Great effort in front. It was Kiana Criscolo who buries it and opens the scoring for North Branford. They lead 1-0.
And just like Michelle said, they brought the ball, instead of trying to go down the middle of the field into the heart of the defense, they brought that ball over to the sideline, carried it down the sideline, and then sent that center pass across and had all of their offense there just waiting to tap that ball in. It was a great goal.
It's great effort, too. Schmidt, she got that space down the sideline and just put it into the middle, into a good area. And North Branford did the right thing, stayed with the ball. And Chris Colo gets the job done here, opens the scoring. 9:41 to go. The Thunderbirds on top, 1-0. On the ball again comes North Branford. Just rolled out of play there. Just out of the reach there of Toto. Quick substitution there for the Thunderbirds. Checking into the game is Joanna Lamott. Bouncing ball there. Early whistle there. Thunderbirds will start play back up.
And that's sometimes nerves getting in the way there. You know, a quick hit, looking up instead of focusing down, trying to move it too quickly. So something to focus on as they move forward in the game.
And that call there by the official, she's let that ball fly, come down, but it came down within dangerously. So ball went back to Canton.
A good chance in front, just out of the reach there. The stick of Annabelle Sidor becomes a penalty corner.
Yeah, third-party obstruction, and that warrants, that's what the official is re-signaling to make sure everyone knows what that was, thus leading to the corner.
Yeah, that's the best chance of the game so far for the Warriors. Now they have first true set play of the match today. Taking it on the near-hand side is the junior, number 5, Madison Dufresne. She'll come to the short side into Foy, who will step out, looking for that one pass, just hopped off the stick of Ellie Bear. And the defense there from the Thunderbirds gets the job done for the moment.
We are having another corner because the defense hacked the offensive stick, and that she held the whistle. She didn't gain an advantage, so corner call.
Dufresne takes it again. Drops it off. Foy couldn't handle it initially, but gets it back. Popped free and scooped up by Onofrio. As she fires that out of play. Look out. As some of the staff members, the Thunderbirds, are ducking out of the way.
That looked like it was a deflection off of the stick.
Onofrio will take it to the touchline and get play restarted. Oh, she whiffed on the clearing attempt there. Could be dangerous, but pressure avoided. Onofrio gets it back. Good read there by Morgan Lucibello. Now up the middle come the Warriors. On the left-hand wing, it's Sidor. Met nicely. Good defensive play there by Schmidt, and they win the free hit. A good coverage there on the backside by the Thunderbirds. Again, that pressure coming in from the left-hand side last couple sequences from Sidor. Nice intercept in the midfield. Chris Colo, she's got the goal. Popped out of play. Toto was there, and Thunderbirds will have a free hit from just about the 48-yard line in the attacking half. 6:20 to go in the first quarter. 1-0 scoreline, North Branford on top of Canton in the Class S Field Hockey Championships.
Ball seems to be bouncing a lot on the field and during this game. I didn't see that much bouncing in the last game, but and in turn it's hitting people's legs, and we're having a change of possession.
Definitely seems to be slowing the pace of the game down as up the right-hand sideline come the Warriors with Ellie Bear. She gets pulled ahead, and ooh, looks like the stick got there, and a little bit of a hook.
Yeah, I think at that point she hacked, pulled her stick back, and and hooked the stick, and the official right on top of it gave possession to Canton for that.
Yeah, it was Riley Cole there who was called for the infraction.
And there she had the ball up in the air, and there was a player within playing distance, so she needed to put it down.
North Branford ready to make another substitution. Samantha Ferraro. And the Warriors could try to set up their offensive sequence again. On the ball is Haynes. She was met there by Lily Ardito, ended up winning the free hit, and now Foy can step up. So really since that first goal, a lot of possession time here for the Warriors. They try to set something up. Nice pass across. Chance driving in is Bear. Couldn't pull the trigger. On the ball now goes Gamble, and she's got some space to try to drive the ball downfield and clear the defensive line.
Again, the ball's bouncing an awful lot, coming up dangerously into the face of the defense.
Kulik will send the ball back to Bear, who will play this free hit right from just inside the 25-yard line. Nice driven pass from Macklin. Does get through for a moment, just out of the reach there of Onofrio. And it's going to be a free hit on the far-hand side here, just outside the semicircle. So another good chance. Canton really building up some nice offense here in the back half of this first quarter.
Yeah, what they need to do is, now that's going back out for a stick interference coming from a poor defensive position, but instead of sending it right in again, there's a lot of coverage for the North Branford team right in the middle. Get creative, use down low, send it across, and look for someone to pick it off.
That pass intended for Sophia Toto down the left wing. Substitution finally made. Ferraro comes in. Out of the game comes Riley Cole. We'll get play restarted inside the Canton half. Bouncing ball again. This time comes down to the Thunderbird stick. Toto had a chance and gets tripped up on the play. I think incidental just after the whistle was blown there.
And Donna alluded to earlier the fact that the bouncing ball causes a lot of advancing or, contact with feet, and you just saw that again, causing the ball to go out.
A driven pass. That one hops over the stick of Crisolo and rolls out of play. So we'll get a free hit here for Canton with 2:58 to go in the first quarter.
I think you're going to see these two teams settle in just a little bit too, especially our Canton team. Again, having not been in this venue in a while, I think that you're going to see them just focus and really look at making good passes and keeping their head down on those free hits.
Yeah, you've played, 17 games all season long. You've been in important games, but this one just feels a little bit heavier, right? The weight on the shoulders, you can feel it a little bit more, especially in the opening minutes. A chance here for the Thunderbirds. Ardito had an opportunity. She just swung over the ball there, but it will be a free hit opportunity here for North Branford. So a dangerous chance. They're up by one. They've got the goal cushion. Should mention our officials today are Patty Kletcher-Porter, Aaron Mouchard, and the alternate official on the sidelines is Izzy Caparelli. Caparil, I should say. Now Canton on the counterattack, trying to work up the right-hand wing. It's Bridget Sanyu. She runs out of room. Ball rolls out of play. A good turnout from both of these schools, too.
They're moving that inside the field because, again, it's another advancing off the foot of the other player. That time running out of bounds on that side.
Yeah, Chris Guolo couldn't handle that ball, so it rolls out of play. Final 90 seconds here of the opening quarter on the 1-0 scoreline. The Warriors, coached by Margaret Bristol, was able to speak with before today's game, and she's been appreciative and loves the determination by this team and how well they've worked together as a collective unit. That's been something she's preached all year long, is being together, working together as a team. That's why they've been so successful, and that's why they haven't dropped a game yet this season. Now Schmidt on the ball. Crosses one back towards the middle. Nice pass, but just behind the stick a little bit. Now it's Criscolo again. Her shot was deflected.
And that was a nice held whistle by the umpire there. The infraction occurred, the umpire held, no advantage, thus leading to the corner.
Huge chance here for the Thunderbirds. Final 30 seconds of the first quarter, likely the final sequence of this quarter. And to take it is Criscolo on the far side. Off the pass. Is Onofrio with the shot. She scores! From distance, Lindsay Onofrio, the senior captain, doubles the North Branford lead with 9 seconds.
Shot from right inside the circle just to connect with that backboard. Really took a few people by surprise, just coming straight in at that speed.
9 seconds to go, so Onofrio. So after confirmation, Onofrio had the deep shot in, and it was deflected on its way in by Criscolo. So 2 goals now for Criscolo in the first quarter. So they'll give the assist to Onofrio, and the horn will sound, signaling the end of the first frame. 2-0 your scoreline. North Branford on top of Canton in the CIAC Class S final. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, second quarter action from Wethersfield High School. You're watching the CIAC Field Hockey Championship. Thank you. And ready to go for the start of the second quarter. It's a 2-0 scoreline. North Branford on top of Canton here in the Class S final from Wethersfield High School. 2 goals from Kiana Criscolo. And Michelle, you mentioned it during the break that North Branford, not a ton of opportunities, but when they're getting down inside the circle, they're taking advantage of those.
And I think that's so important to make those changes for the Canton team as well. So North Branford doing a great job with it. I think the Canton team needs to take that page out of the playbook for this quarter.
We are restarted here. Into the stick of Megan Haynes. She leads ahead the Warriors attack. Up into the stick of Paige Sedrain. She scored the game-winning goal in the semifinal over Stonington. Got a stick infraction there called against Samantha Ferraro, and the free hit will come right from just inside that 25-yard line. Slid down the far-hand side for Ellie Bear. Cross in front, bouncing ball. Oh, goes off the goaltender and out of play. ORourke tasked to just kind of keep her feet planted. And good work.
That actually is going to be a corner. It went off a defender's leg before off the keeper, so we're going to have a corner on this.
A good chance there for the Warriors. Huge opportunity them to jump in and try to equalize, or at least get 1 goal back, I should say, in this game. Pass to the point for Dufresne. Shot coming in, that was blocked. Handled down by Bear. Got another whistle.
I feel like they're trying to do a little bit too much with it. So do you see how it was kind of passed this way, passed to the other way? So hopefully on this corner, what they'll do is set it out and a nice pass down to either left or right, back to stroke if need be, and looking for some part of the sides of the goal.
Dufresne will step back in to take this, the 3rd penalty corner of the game for Canton. Out of the point, drops it off for Bear. Shot in, good kick save.
Off Black's foot, so it's a free hit going out for North Branford. And again, North Branford's taking it back up the sideline or attempting to move the defense out from the middle of the field.
Try to speed things up there are the Thunderbirds. They hold on after a couple of good chances there from the Warriors. Few shots on goal. ORourke up to the task so far. Pass ahead, Ardito off the touch from Onofrio. We had that driven shot on the second goal scored by Criscuolo, who had the deflection on its way in. That's a bouncing ball, dangerous ball, and it will become a free hit right around midfield. North Branford making their 9th appearance in this championship. 5-2-1 overall in the Class S. We mentioned 4 straight final appearances. This is their 5th appearance in 6 years, 4-1 overall during this stretch. They have just dominated the Class S over the last few years. Here come the Thunderbirds again. 2-goal advantage. It's Toto down the left wing. Great
Nice
defensive
job.
work. Warriors get it back, trying to counter. Poked ahead and just trying to, more of a pass to herself. There was Bridget Sanyu, but led herself a little bit too long.
North Branford's doing a nice job. I was looking at any opportunity for them to pass over to the left side of the field, but they had 2 players right there on top of it. So defense is doing a great job.
Obstruction there against Gianna Gamble, and it will be a free hit.
Yep. Free hit below the 25-yard line, so we have to have a second touch on that before it enters the circle. Looks like she's going to pass it back, so there goes our second touch, so she can now just send it directly into the circle.
It was Foy who drove it in, went off of a body, slid past through, went through one stick, and Onofrio couldn't handle it. But then it came to the stick of Riley Cole, and got ourselves another penalty corner.
And again, she was able to find the foot of the defender, which is great, causing the corner to occur.
Michelle, this is the first year that they're wearing face masks on corner hits now, correct?
We've been having players wear face masks for a couple of years now. Yep, after the rule change where goggles were no longer required.
Dufresne gets the restart.
And we're seeing all teams now wearing them, really as a safety precaution.
Chance in front for Dufresne, but we've got the whistle.
We had a held whistle on that because that ball was put up dangerously by North Branford. So the official waited to see if Canton was going to be able to take an advantage of that. They did not, so she awarded them the corner.
It'll be Dufresne again. Tons of opportunities here for the Warriors. Can they cash in the second quarter? Fake shot, drop pass. Falling down on the play was Bear, and we'll go back to the corner. That was a really, really nicely drawn play by the Warriors. The fake shot, pass comes over to Bear, and she just couldn't pull the trigger and then tripped, which ended up winning them the corner again.
And again, I like the creativity on that corner a little bit better with that fake swing and intentionally missing and sending it over to the left to attempt a shot on goal. Unfortunately, the player fell, but it would be interesting to have seen that play fall through.
So Dufresne will now take this from the far side, which will change the angle. Gets it over to Foy. She drops it off to Bear. Bear with the shot. Oh, what a block on the goal line there. That was number 19, Morgan Lucibello. And the North Branford faithful applaud the efforts. The goalie was beat, but not the last defender. That was Lucibello. Huge, huge save to keep Canton off the board.
And that was a huge save. I thought for sure that offensive player on the left corner post was going to put that right in for a score. Unfortunately, they did not, but great job by the defense.
You start to see the momentum building for Canton's way. A couple of penalty corners. That was as close as they've been all game long. 8:29 to go in the second quarter.
And Canton is now playing the side alley game where they're bringing the ball up the side or passing it up to the side instead of trying to come down the middle. And they're having success at it. So kudos to them for adjusting.
Criscuolo puts it out of play. Actually goes off of a Canton player last, so it will be a free hit here for the leading side, the number 1 ranked North Branford here in this Class S bracket. Victories over New Fairfield, Laurelton Hall, and Immaculate the last few days to get themselves to this championship game. Canton will take over. Be a free hit from the touch line here. Just have to get the ball in place with 7:40 to go in the second quarter. Backwards, Picked up there for Bear for a moment, but it's a free hit awarded to the Thunderbirds. Driven pass, nice block there by Dufresne. Now ahead. That pass was connected, and the Warriors can try to go on the counter. Unable to get past the defense was Paige Sedrain. Goes out of play. North Branford recovers possession. So Synertia will get things going again. Bouncing ball. Trying to get passed through, and it was close to a high stick there, but Sedrain was able to keep it under control, puts it out of play. You see slowly but surely the Thunderbirds inching down the field with the ball, just keep going off of that far touchline. And Canton holds defensively. They get the stop and the restart. 6:36 to go. Placing the ball, Emma Foy, who's seen a lot of the shot attempts for the Warriors off of those penalty corners. And that driven pass, just a little bit too hot on that far sideline. She could have hit a couple of targets, unable to do so. Into the path of Criscuolo, looking for the hat trick. Pass across, blocked in front. Great effort there by Sidor, and she puts it out of play.
That's a good job by that defender to get that ball out of play, let everybody on defense reset.
Kiana Criscuolo has been dominant in this game so far, creating chances for her teammates, also cashing in on a couple of opportunities as well. Substitution for the Thunderbirds. Into the game comes Joanna Lamont. That'll be a free hit here for North Branford. They have to bring the ball back. Driven pass through the middle, deflected. Oh, diving stick save.
Great save by that keeper.
O'Connor.
On the ground, using her stick, reaching out, and sending it over to the side. What a great save.
That's an important one, too, to keep this game at a 2-0 scoreline. You saw all of her momentum kind of going to the left. The pass took a little bit of a deflection, and that's why she was down and last-ditch effort. Under 5 to play in the second quarter. Bouncing ball over the stick of Ardito. Last player in defense there. That's good effort there on the backside by Lucibello.
And that's so important for keepers to have that level of mobility. So kudos to that keeper for being able to, as you said, be drawn one way and then at that last moment use her stick to save that ball. Very nicely done.
Free hit here for Canton. Foy just drops it off for Macklin.
I really like that series of play. Instead of just the hit, trying to hit it the long distance into a crowd, she thought about it, moved it over to the center. Now look at where this play is now because of that initial start way over here on our side on the 50.
Getting it back for a moment is North Branford. And Canton's going to win the free hit here in a dangerous spot. Again, just outside that semicircle, right inside the 20-yard line here. So you've seen this all quarter, right? Canton building up some offensive opportunities. Can they cash in before halftime and split the deficit? Bear cuts around the defense, trying that diagonal cross. Out of play off of North Branford last, so the penalty corner coming up. I've had a ton of opportunities for this. This is the 5th official penalty corner for Canton. And some confusion over who might be taking it. They're settled. Aaron Macklin will step in on the near-hand side. 3:12 to go in the second. Off to Bear. She drives the shot in, looking for the deflection, but unable to handle it was Sanyu on the far hand post. No damage done.
Got hurt. Looks like a player might be bleeding, but I'm not sure. Call timeout. Yep. We have an injury timeout here.
That was Macklin. Yeah, it looks like.
It looks like when the mask was thrown off by a defender, she must have been in the way of it. Got her in the nose.
So 2:55 to go here in the second quarter. The attention will That'll be shown for the trainers to Macklin.
And as Donna mentioned, more and more players are wearing those masks for safety on penalty corners. It's the highest percentage of where injuries can happen on a field hockey field. We've been hit as umpires with masks as players have turned and thrown them as well. So I have definitely done the avoiding mask dance in my days on the field. So we hope this player is able to be okay and return to the games shortly.
It is interesting because the defenders, they want to get back into the play so quickly, right in the play is starting, so it's just a quick turn, and Macklin gets hit up high here, and she's getting treated by the training staff here.
Now, she will have to come off the field for a play since we have trainers out there. They can't substitute for her, so that's they don't have to play a person down, but she will have to come off and be evaluated before she'll be able to go back in.
And, of course, concern now, obviously, an injury in the head area. You have to check for concussion protocol, making sure that they're taking all the precautions. But Macklin is to her feet and will take her strides back to the bench to get further treatment. Hopefully her rest on the bench is very quick and she's able to get back into play quickly.
It looks like they're looking to see if there's any blood on the field, and if they do, the trainer will come over with a solution to make sure that it doesn't cause any issues for anybody else.
So North Branford will get set. Substitution is going to be made here, and it will be Madeline Tucker, the sophomore, who will check in for the sub.
Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. They're waiting. There must be blood on the turf. They'll rinse it,
Yep.
spray it down, and then resume play.
Canton, we mentioned earlier, this first appearance here in the Class S championship game since 2007. They haven't won the championship since 1999. 7-5-1 overall here in the Class S final. They defeated in overtime the Wild Knights, then Weston, and then Stonington, that 1-0 victory. And this is going to be the first appearance for Margaret Bristol as a head coach. She was actually in the championship game with Farmington High in 1995 when Farmington beat Pomperoog for the Class M title. So just before the last final victory for Canton was when Bishop was playing for Farmington High School. So full circle moment for her. And 2:55, the number on the board for the second quarter. Looks like the field is taken care of in playable condition again. Players will get reset. We're waiting for the officials to blow the whistle here. North Branford also looking to make a change once play gets resumed. It'll be Anna Frio who will start things again. We're underway with the clock rolling. Pass ahead. We'll drive it forward. Nice applause from the Thunderbirds faithful who appreciated the effort. Bear trying to hold the line, does. Finally pushed out there by Foy, and it becomes a Thunderbirds ball. Under 2.5 to go in the second. 2-0 scoreline. Thunderbirds on top of the Warriors.
I feel like the teams are settling in a bit now. You haven't seen as many bouncy balls. They're moving it and keeping it on their sticks on the self-start versus just trying to hammer the ball back up to the center of the field. So nicely done on both teams making that adjustment.
That driven pass attempt, a little bit of a whiff there, caused the turnover, and North Branford trying to charge forward. It's Chris Guolo who's been all over the pitch today. And now the free hit coming right from that 26-yard hash mark. On a Frio, on a floated ball, intercepted, knocked out of the air by Grecula. But then it's an infraction against the Canton defense. It becomes a free hit. 1:39 to go now in the second quarter. Driven pass all the way through. Does get to the goaltender. A good kick save again by O'Connor's. Made a couple of crucial ones there. That's a tough one to handle, too. When the ball's fired in, a lot of traffic in front. You don't know if it's going to get deflected. She's stuck with it. And then Ardito gets called for the obstruction there.
Well, I think instead of obstruction, what happened was she pushed her. She got to the ground, not on her own accord, so the official right on top of that, which was a great call. And
Foy gets it restarted.
Now we're gonna have a card.
Man, it's going to be number 6. Tia Ferrucci will get called. Green card. She'll sit, and this is a huge opportunity here for Canton now with the player advantage for the next couple minutes.
Yeah, she has a 2-minute green card for tripping intentionally, so they will play a person down for the next 2 minutes and see what happens.
And that will bleed over into the third quarter as we're just under a minute to play here in the second. Fake shot there by Bear, driving in. That one's blocked aside. Goes out of play here. The clock continues to roll with 42 seconds.
Yep, it's a 25-yard hit coming in for Canton.
We'll see if the Warriors can try and steal one here in the dying moments of this first half. Down 2-0, 2 goals from Kiana Criscuolo. Foy with the shot. It gets blocked down, quickly retaken. And that drop pass on Afrio read it perfectly. 15 seconds to go. North Branford will handle things defensively, get things out to midfield. Ball bounced up into the stick there of Ardito. 5 seconds to go here in the second. And the horn will sound with no final shot. And North Branford will take a 2-0 lead into the locker room here in the Class S CIAC Field Hockey Championships. We'll take a quick break on the backside of halftime. We've got the third and fourth quarters coming your way here on the NFHS Network. Stick with us. Back here at Weathersfield High School, getting ready for the start of the second half between North Branford and Canton. The Thunderbirds on top, 2-0. 2 goals from Kiana Criscuolo in that first half lead the Thunderbirds into the second half, and the teams will flip sides, and 30 down, 30 to go. As Canton starts, Megan Haynes.
And we still have 1 minute left to that card, so the North Branford team should be down that one player for
she's sitting on
seconds.
And she's sitting on the bench. That's what the officials made sure she got over there when the quarter started.
And that's tough to come out of the halftime break, right, and get the play restarted. You don't have a ton of time to reset as a team with a player up. It'll be a free hit here just at the 30-yard line for Canton. It's Macklin back in the game now after taking that mask up into the nose area. So it's good to see her back on the field after that injury. Nice counter-attacking play here is Criscuolo again. Down the left wing, trying to go around Foy, diving out and kicking that one away. Great effort there from O'Connor. And Canton happy to just put that one out of play. Again, good read by O'Connor in goal. She's played sharply.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought she was going to come out and clear it instead of going down on her knees. That was kind of a dangerous play. If I was as a keeper, because if it got through her legs, there was an offensive player ready to try to score on that.
Here on the near side touchline, Canton will get things started. This driven pass to nobody in particular, picked up by Gamble.
Yeah, that long pass to nowhere is not making it in this game because the defense is, you have 3 players back and you have no offensive player up there, so they're just sitting there saying, okay, I can stop this ball. And then they're sending it back up to their offense pretty quick, so.
Try that pass again this time.
This time they had a girl break through this time.
Yep, it's Sonyu
Nice.
trying to get around one more defensive player. She has a soft shot, easily steered aside by ORourke.
Yep. We have a 25-yard line hit coming in. Canton has been down in that offensive circle quite a bit in the first half, and they came out in this half the same thing. They just have to get their way to get the ball in the cage.
Foy with the restart. Ardito after it for North Branford. Poked ahead, steered out of play by Canton. And the Thunderbirds will stay with possession here. 12:15 to go here in the third quarter on the NFHS network. Got the CIAC, all 3 class championships today. We started with Class L. Staples beat Darien by a score of 3-1. Got North Branford on top of Canton 2-0. And then our finale, the Class M finals, coming up right around 3:30. It's Daniel Hand High School versus New Canaan High School to wrap things up.
One of the things I'm noticing on their restarts, they're giving the defense an awful lot of time to set up. I know this one isn't a good example because the ball went out of bounds, but look at the amount of time in the plays coming up. I think they need to shorten that time, capitalize on a quick restart, so that way that defensive player doesn't have a chance to set up.
See, and there was that quick start. She heard you, Michelle. She did a quick start, and she got herself up to beyond the 50-yard line. Now she's had no help to.
Here's Toto, around one defender, trying to flip it to herself. She does. I just couldn't finish with that last pass there. Ball still alive. Cole charging in. Good active stick by Madison Dufresne, who clears it for Canton and ends up winning possession back for the Warriors. So a nice defensive play, but good effort there from Toto. She moved around one defender, flipped it to herself. She just couldn't get enough on that final pass.
And that angle's really hard when you're really deep down on that left side to really kind of bring it back over without expecting defensive players to be there. That's a tough one.
There's an example of the ball going downfield again, and the defense just saying, I can stop it, and they're setting it back out. You know, trying to get it out to the alley, to their, or sideline. Sorry, I was dating myself calling it an alley. Sorry.
That's
and,
like circa 1980.
Thank you. And giving the ball right back to Canton. But when they have that breakaway, they need another player with them. It's just like 1-on-4 doesn't make it. Because North Branford's defense is that good.
They're covering very well covering. Right now.
Oh, good call. That was just the stick interference. Kind of out of slow her down one way or another.
Like if they could bring someone up a little higher over to the left too, instead of trying to drill it back in, that whole left side of the field is open. I know it's easy to see that from up here, but again, if they just brought that player that's tucked down below up a little higher, they could absolutely switch fields and create other opportunities.
Ball comes over the halfway line. Sedrain tried to clear it, unable to do so. Now it's Macklin. Starts things up again. This one a bouncing ball just off the stick there of Sedrain. That was Paige Sedrain. Now the outlet pass comes all the way down to Foy. Well, she will try to settle things down. And looks like she took a stick there as she was trying to get around the defender. Bouncing ball through the middle. Onofrio on it for the Thunderbirds. 9:02 to go here in the third quarter.
If you notice, Canton's playing with some defenders back, so one of the nice thing is when it was coming midfield, they dropped back 2 defenders in anticipation. She might want to look up because number 1 in the white is wide open right now.
Yeah, but Michelle, if you look also, they have a defender back there standing in the circle. That's what I was just looking at, like where's that cherry picker? And they have an eye on her. They're not letting her get there freely.
I know oftentimes people think, thanks for catching that, Donna, is that it's 1-on-1, but really the keeper counts as a whole nother player.
Yep.
So.
Play gets settled down in the midfield. It becomes Canton ball here, so the last charge there for North Branford doesn't come to fruition. Foy will start it up again. Just gets the ball away, but only as far as the midfield and Chris Cuolo. Lead pass up to Toto. Trying to get ahead.
Out of real estate. No,
oh, she holds it in and then puts it off the defender. They'll get a free hit.
Yeah, they're going to go for a corner on that.
Yeah.
That's a great effort from Toto.
Really nice job looking up and finding that defender. She didn't have a lot of options, and she created this opportunity. Very nicely done.
So Chris Cuolo will take the penalty corner. Canton making a couple of substitutions once play resumes. Taken short to Toto. Driven in off the body there of Macklin. and she steers it out of play to avoid further damage.
And that's a penalty corner because she deliberately put that ball over the end line. If it was a deflection where it just deflected all of her stick and we didn't do it intentionally, it would have been a 25-yard line hit coming in. But that she definitely guided that over the end line.
Macklin hasn't had an easy day. Took the mass to the nose region and then just took that shot right off the leg.
Nice save
Shot
by the
in,
keeper.
good save by ORourke. And another penalty corner coming up. So the pressure mounting here for the Thunderbirds, settling into this third quarter nicely. That'll be Chris Cuolo again.
North Branford's showing a lot of composure when the ball's down inside of the 20-yard line to create these corner opportunities for them.
Onofrio drops it off to Toto. Shot in. Good save there for ORourke. Was looking for the deflection. And the defense holds on there for the Warriors. Good setup play. But again, remains a 2-0 game. So Emma Foy will start things again. Put the ball in a correct position here. 6:11 to go here in this third quarter. So a ton of chances there. A couple of good sequences for the Thunderbirds. They come up empty. And that stretch pass again, nobody in particular, picked up by Lucibello. Now along the sideline for Schmidt. Rolls out of play. Ardito fires one through. Got the whistle there, and it's Canton to take over on the dangerous ball. Well, 5:35 to go. No scoring here in this third frame so far. North Branford hang on to a comfortable 2-0 lead, but still plenty of game left for Canton to get back into it. Michelle, you said before, they just need that one goal to kind of spring them forward and get their offense going.
I think when you're down by 2 goals, that's exactly what needs to happen for them. It just puts in a whole nother level of excitement and knowing that they're within reach.
Free hit now on the near side here for North Branford. Comes to Chris Cuolo.
What a nice shave tackle. Yep, that was nice.
Dufresne off the turnover. Just going to play the advantage here. Just keep going. Here's Sanyu trying to cross that pass in. Unable to do so. A lot of bodies in the way there. Toto keeps it in for a moment, then hops off of her stick and out of play. Down comes Macklin. Big moment here for Canton. Driven shot. That one goes wide. No deflection.
And that was below the 25-yard line. So I don't know if there was somebody who touched that ball first. So the official didn't call it right away. Waited to see if it was going to be touched again in the circle. It's kind of hard to see some of that when you're up here in the booth.
Toto to the middle. Trying to get the ball to the inside for Ferrucci, and she takes a tumble.
The defender moved in a little late to try to attempt that tackle. That's causing that body contact.
But you're right, Michelle. They take a lot of time on their free hits. They allow the defense to set up.
Onofrio trying to step around the defender.
And, disrupt the play, cut off those passing lanes.
Nice pass through the middle. Chris Cuolo trying to handle that down. Takes it to the touchline. Nice little chip. Pass across, deflected. It goes in, but the whistle was blown before the ball crossed the goal line.
Yeah, the players stopped playing on the whistle. I don't think that if that ball was still live, it would have went in.
Great chance again for the Thunderbirds. Chris Cuolo will step to the corner. 3:04 to go here in the third. Slides it to the top. Driven shot. She scores! Olivia Schmidt, the junior. One touch and buries it to the far side post. It's 3-0 North Branford.
Yeah,
such a nice, decisive shot. You know, the insert came out. She had her eyes focused. Nothing dangerous about that first shot on goal. Since it had a backswing and it was a hit, it needed to meet the 18-inch board requirements of height, and she did absolutely that. Nicely done.
So Schmidt cashes in. The pass from Criscuolo straight from that penalty corner. And North Branford, comfortable lead now, 3-0.
North Branford goal, scored by number 7, Olivia Schmidt.
2:42 to go now in the third quarter here. And the time is going to start to tick a little bit faster here for Canton, now with the 3-goal deficit.
Yeah, let's see how Canton handles being down by 3.
Ball goes out of play here. Looks like it'll just be a free hit for Canton.
This is a time where I really like to see coaches take that timeout and resettle their team and say, you know, let's look at what we're doing right and what are some of the things that we can do to create change. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this Canton team take a timeout within the remaining of this quarter, or if not, somewhere in the beginning of next, if the score remains the same.
Yeah, she may be waiting. We're under 2 minutes to play. I may wait to that 2-minute mark just to get them all calm and talk to them then, so I have that opportunity again in case it gets out of hand. Because even though we're down by 3, we might have an opportunity to come back and score one if we can get one right away. I mean, they've had some opportunities. They just haven't been able to cash in on any of them.
Ball finds its way all the way to the back line for Gamble. She lofts it forward to Schmidt, the most recent goal scorer for the Thunderbirds. Great stick there from Macklin. Now ahead, finds Reagan Gracula. She just ran out of real estate there on a Frio on the comeback there. Able to pick that ball up and force it out of play. Just under a minute to play now in the third quarter. Macklin will take the free hit on the far touchline. Driven ball in, nicely touched for a moment. Just a little bit too much on that pass. Now the cutback pass is there. Great stick on the back line for North Branford's Gamble. We've got ourselves a corner.
I think at this stage of the game, too, Canton wants to consider maybe bringing a few more offensive players in. When I looked up, I could see 3 or 4 of the North Branford team and not as many Canton from an offensive perspective. Move a few more people up, get a few more sticks in that circle, and look for that touch.
Well, if you look at it, they only have 2 players back at the 50, and everybody's up trying to get that goal scored before the quarter's over.
Yeah, this will likely be the last sequence. Pass to the top for Foy. Taking that backhanded shot, was deflected. Ball still loose for Dufresne. Got an infraction inside the circle, and that's the horn to signal the end of the third quarter. The Thunderbirds add one more to their total. They lead 3-0, 15 minutes away from a state championship. Back here at Wethersfield High School, start of the fourth quarter. We've played plenty of field hockey to get through 3, so let's do the fourth. It's 3-0, North Branford on top of Canton. And we've get started here. Huge quarter for the Warriors. Try to build something, right? Try to get that one goal, because we've said it, once that goal gets in, that might open the lid, open the scoring for them. It's just about breaking down that North Branford defense, which they haven't really been able to do in this game. So the Thunderbirds will start.
One more pass.
Pass goes off of a body in front, driven out by Gamble. Up the right-hand side. Forced their way down. It was number 7, Olivia Schmidt. Ardito. Blasted pass, intercepted by Dufresne. She tries the return pass and just not connected there with Grecula on the left-hand side. Forces the easy turnover. Ball rolls out of play, and it will become Canton ball. All the way up to midfield goes Erin Macklin. Gets the ball rolling again. Intercepted in the midfield again by Schmidt. Now up the middle. Chris Cuolo. Lily Ardito. Intercepted by Foy. Now to Bear. Around one defender. Nice move. Bear with some space. She runs into it. Still on the ball now. Bear got a chance. What a run. Oh, still hanging on to it. Forces a save from the keeper. Rebound chances there. Another save. Back to back from ORourke. Great run there by Ellie Bear. And then that second chance opportunity came from Dufresne. ORourke up to the task 2 times. Huge chance there for the Warriors. Bear gets it back. Slides it over to Dufresne. Just out of her reach. Good hustle again by Anna Frio, who's made a couple of those plays. It seems like she's beat, and all of a sudden she comes flying up and seals off the ball.
And it does seem like Canton's bringing up more players to get some more offensive push on this game.
Again, I think they must have heard me on that. One of the things that I really like for Canton to consider is they're drilling the ball right at the goalie. Goalie's there, try to be creative, maybe some lift to their shots on goal to help kind of put the goalie in a little bit more of a off-guard position.
Here's a chance for the Thunderbirds. Chris Cuolo had an opportunity, but well read there by Foy.
That's the easiest play for a keeper. I want you to take that shot from top of the circle because I'm already lined up for it. It's those little ones, those piddly ones in front of the cage that you're like going, where is it? Where is it?
Hustling after this one was Bridget Sanyu. Rolls off the back touchline and got a free hit here on the 25-yard line.
See, her teammates are even calling and telling her, come on up from Canton for support.
Jack O'Mara, Donna Vavrenek, Michelle Fontaine here with you from the broadcast booth at Wethersfield High School, bringing the action to you all day long. Off the restart, centering pass intercepted by Anna Frio, as it was Kulik who was just looking for an option there through the middle, couldn't find anybody. With some time, out of the back line was Lucibello, held for a moment there by Lamont. Quick whistle, driven shot just wide. What a chance from distance, about 32 yards there for Erin Macklin, and just off the mark.
That time Michelle probably should have went more on cage because she had 2 offensive players right at the post waiting for that tip in.
Yeah, it's a great shot from outside, just hoping that one of your teammates gets to stick on the ball inside the circle. So you're right down on that.
That's Toto again, finding some space down this left-hand side. She's done well over there.
It's a great call from the official. You know, the defender was there. The offensive player went to swing, missed the ball, came in contact with the defensive player's stick. Maybe not a popular call for the fans, but an absolutely correct one by the umpire.
Yeah, you heard the audible groan from the North Branford side. But they get it back now on a Frio. Up the sideline to Schmidt. Foy, again, in good position there to intercept. Ball goes off of Foy's stick last, so it will be a restart here. Under 10 to go here in regulation. There's a misplay. Chance. Crisolo pass across. They score. It's Toto. That pass just slipped on through. Crisolo got enough of it, and Toto wide open in front of the keeper, and that's 4 for the Thunderbirds.
There's a 2-on-1 scoring opportunity. And as we watched it unfold, you can see the player from North Branford collect that ball, look up, and see her teammate and pass it off into an open net. It was perfectly played.
Counterattack works to perfection, and Chris Cuolo has now scored or assisted on all 4 goals for the Thunderbirds. 9:42 to go in the 4th quarter. North Branford in the driver's seat with this one. Whistle for advancement. We'll get a free hit for Canton here. Macklin will fire one in off the free hit. gets the whistle, so that will move the ball up just a little bit here for Canton. And at this point, you're down by 4, right? There's still plenty of game left, and you got to score a quick one just like that.
And I really appreciated that the umpire got some information from her partner, wanted to make sure that the tip was off of an offensive player, as it was. Nicely done. That's what we've been waiting to see from this Canton team.
That's exactly what you need.
And you're
Canton.
right. The officials did hesitate. They looked at one another, and they do wear headsets, so they can confirm that it was tipped within the circle.
So we'll see who gets credited with the goal. It is a goal there for Canton. It makes it a 4-1 game, and 9:07 left. All of a sudden, you say there's still a chance. There's still plenty of time here. You get that one quickly. You've got to keep moving quickly, but it's not impossible. So a 4-1 scoreline. Now the long stretch pass will roll out of play.
I think at this stage of the game, Canton can't afford to have those. I think they want to make sure if they are going to put that long ball in, that it is dead center, right on goal.
So it's Paige Sedrain who scored in the semifinal win over Stonington. She gets credited for that one. Macklin with the long driven shot a sequence ago. She drives that shot wide. Nobody there. That time it works to perfection. Now here's Dufresne for Canton. The middle intercepted nicely on a Frio. Throws it towards the middle. Just off the stick there of Cole. And Canton can recover for a moment. Ardito on the cutback. Tries to drive a pass through. Foy made the play there. Out of the back for Lucibello. Lost it for a moment. Able to find Ardito, but she'll get called for the infraction. It will be a free hit here now for the Warriors.
After that goal, it looks like Canton is a little bit more fired up, looking to see if they can catch another one quickly.
Pass just out of the reach there on this near side by McKenna Coughlin. Or beg your pardon, that's number 22, Bridget Sanyu. Now Bear has had a couple of really nice runs, but what a defensive play by Anna Frio. Held for a moment by Kulik. Bear lost it on a Frio. To Ardito, nice touch pass over to Toto. A shoelace down for Toto, but she powers through it. Chipped forward, now Bear again. Nice little slip pass into the path of Dufresne.
That's a great call. We could see that developing from up here where the player just inserted herself into that play, causing third-party obstruction.
6:40 to go here in the fourth. Macklin again from distance. Drives it in, takes a deflection off the foot of Cole. Ardito with it. She'll try to fire it out. Macklin keeps it in.
Yeah.
Dufresne, low ball. Bear, touched ahead to Sanyu, thrown on goal, blocked away and steered aside there by Gamble. And
We have a corner now. This ball went off of a defensive's foot off the end line, so we'll see if Canton can put something in on this corner.
yeah, this is a big moment for the Warriors. 6:05 to go in the fourth quarter. 4-1 scoreline. The Thunderbirds looking for another championship here in Class S. 4-1 over the last 5 appearances. They've been dominant, looking for what would be their 6th in program history. Dufresne and the Warriors trying to complete a historic comeback. To Foy. Shot is high and over the goal mouth, out of bounds. And the Thunderbirds covered that well. That shot took a deflection. 5.5 to go now in the fourth. You can imagine that North Branford here going to take their time with the free hits, allow for as much time to bleed off the clock. Bouncing pass to Criscuolo. It's back for the Warriors for a moment. Criscuolo won it back, trying to dance around the ball, not kick it. Stays with it. Nice pass ahead. Wide open in front comes Schmidt. Had to steer around the goalie. Can she keep it in? No, out of bounds. What a chance. It was a 2-on-1. Just the goaltender, last player in defense. They couldn't capitalize.
And I think sometimes you run the risk of that exact thing happening when you pull your ladder defensive players up, as they have, which has been helping them. But every once in a while, you're going to be caught, and they did. And luckily, they didn't convert.
Got a free hit here for Canton. So Macklin will step on this ball, take it quickly here for the Warriors. Driven pass all the way through. That one's into the back of the net.
Yeah, nobody touched that ball in the circle, and the fans were all excited thinking that the goal was scored.
Would have been quite an impressive shot. Now it's one ahead for Chris Cuolo. Final 4 minutes to go in regulation.
Canton's defense came back that time. They weren't going to get caught again.
Ooh, Ardito hammers that ball right into the backside there of Megan Haynes, who is under some duress here. She took that right in the hamstring area right there. As you can see, she's in some discomfort. The ruling was going to be a penalty corner here as well, but first, looks like Haynes is going to need some attention. She's able to get back up on her feet, which is good. That's not fun when you take that one pretty square like that.
And I think it's hard for everybody watching, too, when a player goes down. That player at no time was in any danger, so she was out to the back part of the play. The umpires continued to officiate because we wouldn't want to take that advantage away from the offensive team. And if there is no foul that occurs, then the ball would go default to a bully. So that's something that a lot of people don't understand, what happens when someone gets hurt. Since a foul didn't occur, we have to be careful as to, and of course, we always keep in mind the safety of the player.
All right, we have somebody who probably left too soon.
The clock is stopped here at 3:24 in the fourth quarter. So they will restart this penalty corner. It will be Sophia Toto who will take it this time for the Thunderbirds. They've had a couple of different players step into that spot.
All right, so they had an issue with the clock, so we're setting it to
3:33.
That's what it was. Yep.
All right, so it wasn't something other than a clock issue.
Pass to Chris Cuolo. Swinging on that one. Has a second chance opportunity. Great kick save there by O'Connor. But another corner coming up here for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, she kicked it right into her own teammate's ankle, so that's why we have another corner here.
This time Chris Cuolo will step in, but another great setup there. Comes to Ana Frio. She just drops it off. Great chance for Chris Cuolo. Ana Frio again. This time drives it in. Great save again by O'Connor. Ball still there. Pass towards the front. Unable to handle it was Chris Cuolo. It rolls out of play. It's 2:49.
16-yard free hit.
Canton's got to go quickly here. Down by 3. Gamble. There's Sidor. Will be a free hit here. Haynes. Okay, she got back to her feet after taking that shot, which is good. But her driven pass, again, goes over that goal line. And final 130 seconds of this match.
And because she got up by herself and continued, she didn't need anybody to come in and help her. She was able to stay in the game. But if a trainer came out, she would have had to come out of the game for a play.
Advantage going to be played here. Great run by Schmidt. Driven pass, trying to get it over to Toto. Last player in defense. Good read by Kulik. Her clearing attempt held for a moment. Foy is there, stepping around Schmidt. She's able to find Dufresne in the midfield. Can Canton try and find some late magic? Pass ahead. Huge chance here for the Warriors. Ball rolling free. And we've got a penalty corner.
Again, that's that third-party obstruction call. A lot of people in one place at one time, and again, the defensive player just stepped in and interrupted that play in a way that obstructed the players from playing the ball.
So with 1:07 to go, Canton can try and find one, but there just might not be enough time to pull this off. North Branford eager to start their celebrations. Dufresne, in the meantime, will take the penalty corner. With under a minute to play. Pass to Foy. Fake shot. A return pass. Missed Bear's stick. Came back over to Sedain. Shot coming in. Deflected.
We have another corner, and they really need to get this corner on quickly, because if the clock runs out, then the game is over.
Under 30 seconds to go. The Warriors will set up. The North Branford bench and fans begin their applause. Foy over to Bear. Bear's shot, kick, save. Rebound chance still there. Blocked in front. 5 seconds to go. Infraction called. Horn's gonna sound, and that's the game. North Branford, the Class S champions in 2023. Final score, North Branford 4, Canton 1, and the Thunderbirds are state champions.
And number 92, Ashlyn ORourke.
Ashlyn!
Now the class